Hello, e-learners, and welcome to Library with Miss Pulliam. We are starting week 4. That's what this lesson is for kindergarten through 2nd grade. I'm Miss Pulliam, and I'm excited to have you here with me. We've got some great books to read, so we're going to get started. We have been learning about the author Jory John. He writes a lot of great books, and The Bad Seed was by him. The Penguin book that we just did, Penguin Problems, was also by him. Now we're going to read The Good Egg, and I'm really excited about reading this book. Before we do read it, we have to talk about vocabulary words to make sure that we understand anything that's going to happen in this story. So let's see. Dozen. Anybody know what a dozen is? 12, right. It's a group of 12, like a dozen eggs, or you can have a dozen cookies. Ignored. I think you know what ignored means. To ignore someone is, or if they ignore you, is you don't talk to them, you don't bother with them, you ignore them. The next word is pressure. And that's a burden, a physical or mental distress. Pressure is you've got a lot going on, and it just gets to you. That's pressure. And again, just like we did last week, the word literally. It is in a completely accurate way, is what it means. With that being said, we are going to get started. Here we go. The Good Egg by Jory John. Okay. Here we are. I'll make sure you can see it. The illustrator's Pete Oswald. Oh, hello. I was just rescuing this cat. Know why? 'Cause I'm a good egg. A very good egg. It's true. I do all kinds of good things, like I'll carry your groceries, I'll water your plants, I'll change your tires, I'll paint your house. If you need any help whatsoever, I'm your egg. Kidding. I could use him to help me clean my house. He's a good egg. I've always been a good egg. It's been this way from the very start, even in my earliest days, back at the store. There were a dozen of us living together under one recycled roof. And a recycled roof, he's talking about the egg carton. There was Meg and Peg and Greg and Clegg and Shell and Shelley and Sheldon and Shelby and Egbert and Frank and other Frank. I love the pictures. The illustrations are so good. The other 11 eggs weren't on their best behavior. They weren't exactly good. They ignored their bedtime. They only ate sugary cereal. They threw tantrums. Uh-oh. They cried for no reason. And they broke their stuff on purpose. That's not good. They are definitely not good eggs, right? Meanwhile, I tried to take charge. I tried to fix their bad behavior. I tried to keep the peace because I was a good egg. A very good egg. Nobody seemed to care, though. Every night I was exhausted. Tired, very, very tired. My head felt scrambled. Then one fateful morning, I noticed some cracks in my shell. They were everywhere. Look. It's because of all their bad behavior. On the back of the egg, it says, "Kick me." There's a note that says, "Kick me." I'm sure those little hooligans put that there. My doctor said it was from all the pressure I was putting on myself. The pressure of making sure everybody was as good as me. Here he is going to the doctor's. I was cracking up, literally. Something had to change. I had enough. I told Meg and Peg and Greg and Clegg and Shell and Shelley and Sheldon and Shelby and Egbert and Frank and other Frank that I was leaving. I can't be the only good egg in a bad carton, I said. Blah, 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 they replied. I left that night. Let's see what's going to happen. I wandered from town to town. The hours became days, the days became weeks. I lost track of time. I was alone. Out there on the road, under the stars, I really tried to focus on myself and what I needed. I took walks. I read books. I floated in the river. I wrote in my journal. I found simple moments to be quiet. I breathed in and out. I even started painting. So he had all that pressure, and now he's trying to do some things to help relax him. But once I found time for me, and guess what? Little by little, the cracks in my shell started to heal. My head no longer felt scrambled. Yay! I started to feel like myself again. Sorry. I started to feel like myself again. There he is. So I've made a big decision. I'm returning to my old carton and my friends. Besides, I'm kind of lonely out here. This time I know what I need to do. I'll try not to worry so much. I'll be good to my fellow eggs while also being good to myself. Here we go. Everybody missed me, and I missed them too. Hello, Meg. Howdy, Peg. Hey, Greg. Greetings, Clegg. What's up, Shell? Aloha, Shelly. Hey, oh, Sheldon. Hi, Shelby. Good day, Egbert. What's happening, Frank? Howdy do, other Frank. And they have a sign here welcoming him home. Say, welcome home. So they missed him too. Sure, every once in a while, somebody's still a little bit bad, but it's not like before. Here's what I realized. The other eggs aren't perfect, and I don't have to be either. I'm okay with that. Yep, the old carton is back together. We're a solid dozen again. It's good to be home. And that's the end. Good book, huh? I liked it. Let's talk about something. There was something that got me right here. It says the other eggs aren't perfect, and I don't have to be either. Do you ever feel that you have to be perfect? Because is anybody perfect? No. We don't have to be perfect. We just have to do our best. And that's all anybody expects of us. Oh, right. So that's the good egg. And we're going to talk about, as we did last time, beginning, middle, and end. So with that being said, let's talk about what happened at the beginning. Well, at the beginning, let's see. He was in the store with his carton, and he was getting stressed out, right? And then, because everybody was being bad and he was being good. Okay, so that's the beginning. Then what happened? Well, the stress got to him, right? And he got a crack in his shell. And he was all scrambled inside. And then what happened? Then he left. He said, it's time to take care of myself. And he left. But he missed his friends. And he realized in all the time that he was by himself that he doesn't have to be perfect, that he can be with the other eggs and still take care of himself. And nobody's perfect. He realized that. So beginning, middle, end. What happened first, second, and then next. Let's talk about being a good egg. Are you a good egg? Okay, I've got this paper here. I'm a good egg because. Why are you a good egg? Let me think. I'm a good egg because I help my friends. And let's see, what do I do? What do I do? I'm a good egg because I always help others. And I try to be a big, good part of the team. And I think that's it, helping others. And that's important to help other people. Matter of fact, while you guys are working from home, I hope you're pitching in and helping out a little bit at home. I know you still have a full day of school sitting at the computer, but helping out at home because your family is your team, your class, your team is important. Okay, I hope you liked that story. I sure did. Now we're going to go on to read. I have another story, and I haven't read this one yet. I've been looking forward to it. So this one is called Madeline Finn and the Library Dog. Madeline Finn and the Library Dog. The author is Lisa Papp. Lisa Papp. It doesn't say anything about an illustrator, so who could the illustrator be? It doesn't say. It's Lisa Papp. They didn't say written and illustrated by, but that's what they mean. Because they didn't say there's a different illustrator, Lisa Papp wrote the words and the pictures. Very talented. Madeline Finn and the Library Dog. I do not like to read. Not books, not magazines, not even the menu on the ice cream truck. And I especially do not like to read out loud. Keep trying, Madeline Finn, my teacher says, but sometimes I can't figure out the words. Sometimes the sentences get stuck in my mouth like peanut butter. Sometimes people giggle when I make a mistake. Well, that's not kind, is it, to giggle when somebody makes a mistake? We're all learning. We wouldn't want to be giggled at either. And I never get a star sticker from my teacher, not even a smiley face. Instead, I get a heart that says, keep trying. I get a lot of keep trying stickers, but I want the star. Well, that's good that she wants to do better. What does she need to do? Just keep trying. Stars are for good readers. Stars are for understanding words and for saying them out loud. But I know what else they're good for. Stars are for making wishes. So I made a wish from my very own star. I guess wishes take a while because I don't get my star. I don't get my star on Monday or Tuesday. Keep trying, my teacher tells me on Wednesday. On Thursday, I say the frog's name wrong. It's Samuel. I try to get away with Sam, but it doesn't work. Friday is no better. No. She didn't get her star all week. On Saturday, Mom takes me to the library. Hello, Madeline Finn, Mrs. Dimple says. She's our librarian. I don't like to read, I remind her in case she forget. in case she forgot. Oh, I remember, she says, but today we have something special, something you might enjoy. What can it be? Madeline Finn, would you like to read to a dog? Look at that. Very cool. There's lots of dogs and their kids reading to them. That's so sweet. Excuse me. Mrs. Dimple leads me over to a big white dog. This is Bonnie. Why don't you pick out a book to read to her? She's a great listener. Bonnie is beautiful, like a big snowy polar bear. Would you like to try, Mom asks. Yes, please, I say, but not very loud. At first, I'm nervous. I get the letters mixed up. The words don't sound right. But then I look at Bonnie, and she looks right into my eyes. She doesn't giggle. I feel better. I try again. Halfway through, I get stuck on another word. Bonnie doesn't mind. She puts her big paws in my lap and lets me pet her until I figure it out. After that, Bonnie and I read together every Saturday. It's fun to read when you're not afraid of making mistakes. Bonnie teaches me that it's okay to go slow and to keep trying, just like the sticker says. I still don't have a star, but I can be patient like Bonnie. Soon it's almost time to read in class again. But when I go to the library, Bonnie's not there. Neither is Mrs. Dimple. Would you like to wait for another dog? The other librarian asks. No, thank you, I say as politely as I can. Don't worry, Mom tells me later. Bonnie was just busy today. But what about school, I ask. You'll do fine, she says. Just pretend you're reading to Bonnie. That's some good advice. Pretend you're reading to Bonnie, or your parents, or somebody. On Monday morning, I was very nervous. Madeline Finn, would you like to read next? The teacher asks. Yes, please, I say. It's still not very loud. The first sentence goes pretty well. Then I mess up on a word, and then another. I hear someone giggle. But then I think about Bonnie. I take a deep breath and pretend she's right next to me. Next thing I know, I'm at the bottom of the page. I look at my teacher, and she has a big smile on her face. I did it. I got my star. Look at that. On Saturday, we go to the library again. Mrs. Dimple is back. I got my star, I tell her. I want to give it to Bonnie. Well done, Madeline Finn, she says. I think Bonnie might have a surprise for you, too. Let's see what it is. Madeline Finn, would you like to read to Bonnie and her puppies? Oh, that is a surprise. Yes, please, I say, nice and loud. And look, they put the star on her basket, on the dog's basket. What a great book. I like that. I hope you did as well. Okay. I like that. And talking about reading to pets, that's a good idea. There's nothing wrong with reading to your dog or your cat, or reading in a mirror, or to your parents, or to a friend. When we read aloud, even if it's to ourselves, just read aloud in the room, we want to make our voice heard. We want the whole classroom to hear us, so we have to speak up. And if you're reading aloud and you're practicing, you'll get it. Nobody's perfect, and nobody expects you to get it too quickly. So take your time and practice. That's all we can do. Now, time for a healthy snack. That's right. Today I am eating watermelon. My son had scooped a watermelon out for me into this bowl, and watermelon is a delicious, healthy snack. Mm. It's so sweet you'd think it had sugar in it, but it doesn't. It's like sugary water, and it's good for you. Can you imagine that? Something so yummy being good for you? I always try to keep a nice healthy snack, some fruit, at my desk when I'm working. That way I don't go and grab something that's not healthy for me. All right, my friends. We have a few minutes, so I'd like to take the time to stretch. Okay? And you can stretch standing. We can stretch when we're sitting. So we're going to go ahead and get started. All right. No slouching. We're going to sit up. We're going to take our hands. We're going to put them up, 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 up to the sky. Up, up, up. Okay. Now grab a star and bring it down. I got a big one. Big star. There it is. Okay, I'm going to put it down. Hands on your shoulders. And let's move them back. And stretch. Go back and forth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That feels good. That's a good stretch. And we can go down to the left and down to the right. Okay, nice. Oh, yes. There's nothing like doing this. Rolling your shoulders. You can either roll them with your hands on them or without. You can push back like that. Up, back, up, back. All right. And stretching can be done anytime, anywhere. That's the wonderful thing about stretching. And it's relaxing. And I stretch all the time. In every class, that means every hour or so, I'm stretching, which is good. Keeps us moving, keeps things going. Oh, roll those shoulders. Love rolling the shoulders. Up, down, up, down, up, down. And roll. Roll your shoulders. Okay. I hope you enjoyed the books that we read today. The Good Egg by Jory John, and he is such a great author. I have about 2 or 3 more books by him, so in the next few weeks we'll be reading more books by Jory John with the great lessons. And I'd like you to think, why are you a good egg? Do you help out at home? Do you take out the trash? Do you feed the dog? Help out with the baby sister or brother? Because helping out and doing things like that makes you a good egg. Thank you for joining me for library time. And I look forward to seeing you next week. Same time, same place. Also, friends, before I let you go, the Winter Forum, which is our monthly newsletter from our school, is something that I work on, and it gets published every month. I really would like more e-readers, more kids who are working from home, to have parents send me an update. How you doing? And it could be anything. What you liked about the week. You know, this week I enjoyed the story my teacher read because whatever it is. Send me pictures, any pictures and information that parents send, I am placing in the newsletter. Our first newsletter was September, and Alex's parents sent some wonderful things, some wonderful pictures and information, and we all love to see that. And because we don't see you every day, we'd love to see you in our paper and read about how great you're doing. I have an email with some pictures that I just got from some young ladies that I'm going to be putting them in the newsletter, and I'd like to have you too. So tell your folks, take a couple pictures. They can send them to me. They can even put maybe a paragraph or a little bit of information down. I'd love it. And email it to Pulliam, Pulliam, at winthropcharter.org. Okay, that's it for today. Keep reading, read aloud, and be a good egg. Bye for now.